I'd like to give you a quick demonstration on a process that we have developed that could help you develop your egg crate designs. The first thing I'm going to do is select my environment. I'm going to select the egg crate design with an attached model tree. It's checking out a floating license and it's going to set up the window interface for our egg crate design. First thing I would like to do is I'm going to select this icon in the upper left hand corner. Opens up a utility that allows me to input the name of my new design. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to input some values. First thing I'm going to do in the base section is I'm going to input the X dimension of the base, the Y dimension of the base. The next section is for the cage, what I call a cage. This will be a perimeter surrounding of the egg crate fixture itself. In this case, I would like the egg crate design to go out to the edge of the base. So to do that, I'm going to use the base XY values by selecting this icon. Now the height of this design is going to be 264 millimeters. The next section is for the ribs. I'm going to key in the thickness, it's going to be 3 millimeters. Around the perimeter there is a relief. I'm going to give it a relief height. The X relief value I will put in 30. The Y relief value 30. Now the ribs in the X and Y directions are going to automatically be calculated. The next prompt here is the part placement depth. From the top of the ribs, how far do I want to seat this into the fixture? 14 millimeters. And as the pieces, the vertical pieces fit together like a puzzle, there are reliefs to allow you to do that. I'm going to enter the slot height for these cutouts. I'll hit the OK button. Next thing I would like to do is assemble the design part. I'll retrieve the design model. In this case, it turns out I'm just going to use coordinate system to coordinate system. Places it in my design, and I'll accept that. The next thing I would like to do is dynamically place the ribs in the X and Y directions. I'm going to utilize the sketcher to do this. All I have to do is drag the ribs over to the location. In this case, I have 2 set up for the X. You may want to drag this down a little bit. So you can either dynamically drag these, visually place it, and or key in actual dimensions. Now I'm going to do the same thing but for the ribs in the Y direction. Take this one, drag it down about here. Drag this one down there. Now I'm going to ask my model to update. I can see all the components for my egg crate fixture appear. Next thing I'd like to do is I'd like to update these egg crate fixture components to reflect the geometry of the design model. I want to cut them out. To do that, I'm going to select an icon. If I hide the design model, I can take a look and see that the egg crate fixture components have been relieved to handle that part. Now if it turns out I would like to change the location and the size of the ribs, I can go back and do that at this time. I can drag it to the new location, make this one quite a bit shorter, and I can see that my fixture updates. I'd like to open up one of these ribs. I'd like to show you something. The 2 cutouts here that allow you to put these together with the other ribs, I just want to zoom up and show you that there is relief up here. As I mentioned before, I do not have any tabs in here yet. The interface for you would have a tabs and any other additional information and or features you would require for your egg crate designs. This example shows 2 ribs in the X direction, 2 ribs in the Y direction, but would be expanded to allow up to 12 in both directions.